topic that we are going to discuss today is link budget. What do you mean by link budget or power budget? It is a main part of optical systems engineering. We know, usually in a communication link, there are so many factors that influence a signal. We have already discussed some factors like attenuation and dispersion. Before installing a link, we will be considering all such factors that may affect the quality of a signal. Once we have designed a communication link, we will be calculating such conditions, and the design calculations done according to the power level of the signal is known as power budget or link budget. It allows to calculate the power at the receiving end and helps to know the loss allocations along the link. And the calculation is made as difference between the transmitter power and the receiver sensitivity. Let's have a detailed look of this. For any communication link, the basic components are a transmitter, a receiver, and an interconnecting channel. Here we are considering some more components that are laid in between. This represents a connector. The function of a connector is to couple line from a transmitter to the fiber. And this small piece of fiber shown is commonly known as patch cord cable, and this cable is connected to a patch panel. A fiber optic patch panel is commonly described as an interface panel that connects multiple optical fiber cables, or it can be considered as an array of ports. And the main benefit of using such a patch panel is it facilitates the easy termination of an optical fiber cable. So now we are going to connect the optical fiber cable. Consider this as a long distance link. So there is chance for having some splices in between. Two fibers are joined here, and the technique used here is fusion splicing. One more splice is here, and I have chosen a mechanical splice. So once our basic link is complete, we'll go for power budgeting. We'll measure the transmitted power, and down through the link, we'll consider each components used in between. The same block diagram is shown here: transmitter, a connector, a small piece of fiber, a patch panel, fiber sections. In between these fiber segments, we are using some splices, again a patch panel, a patch cord cable, a connector, and finally reaches the receiver. These lines are meant for considering the power budget in a graphical method. In the y-axis, we are considering the light power, and it is usually expressed in dBm. And in the x-axis, we will be considering the distance covered. It is expressed in units of meters. This Pin indicates the initial power, and in this case, we are considering the transmitter has transmitted the signal with a power level of -10 dBm, or in other words, we can say it as 0.1 milliwatts. Another quantity that we need to consider is the receiver sensitivity, or PRS. Here in this case, we are considering the receiver is having a receiver sensitivity -20 dBm. That means the signal obtained up to this level can be smoothly recovered by the receiver. Let's start the calculation from the first component, a connector. Usually, when we purchase a connector, the attenuation rate should be considered. Here we have chosen a connector with 0.2 decibels of attenuation. We started with the initial power -10 dBm, and after covering this connector section, it will be reduced to -10.2 dBm. So here is the first decline in the curve. Now we'll consider the next section. It is a patch cord cable. The specifications of the patch cord cable used here are: attenuation rate is 1 dB per kilometer, and the fiber used is with a standard dimension 62.5, and the wavelength is 1310 nanometer. This cord is used for a distance of 10 meter. So we will be calculating it as decibel per kilometer into the distance, that is 1 dB per kilometer into 0.01 kilometer, that is 0.01 decibels. This is indicated by this negative slope. Now going for the next section, patch panel. The typical loss is mentioned as 0.3 dB. Thus, the curve drops at this loss level. And from the patch panel, we are connecting an optical fiber cable. The cable used here is having an attenuation of 1 dB per kilometer. Thus, the curve develops a slope of -1 dB per kilometer, and it should be considered along the transmission distance. The fusion splicing point is seen after a distance of 0.49 km. Thus, cable loss up to this point can be calculated as 1 dB per kilometer into 0.49 km, that is equal to 0.49 dB. This fusion splicing also exhibits a level of attenuation. It is mentioned as 0.2 dB. It should be considered. Thus, as we continue to go along the link, we need to consider all sources of attenuation with respect to their locations. And at the receiving point, we can see that there is a great decline in the power level. It is -13.71 dBm. The transmitter transmitted with a power level of -10 dBm, but at the receiving side, it is only -13.71 dBm. But here we can see that the receiver sensitivity is -20 dBm. That means the receiver can recover this signal. There is an enough power margin between this P out and PRS. Allotting a specific power margin or a difference between the P out and receiver sensitivity is known as power budgeting. Here we are having a sufficient power margin of 6.29 dB. So the receiver can receive the signal without much loss. So by considering all the components used in between the link, we can easily calculate the power margin. First, we are considering the connector loss. The connector next to the transmitter was having an attenuation of 0.2 dB. Another one was near the receiver. So we'll be calculating it as 0.2 dB into 2, that is equal to 0.4 dB. Now the patch panel used is also considered as a connector. Two such patch panels were used, so 0.3 dB into 2, that is equal to 0.6 dB. So the total connector loss will be 1 dB. Now we'll consider the cable loss. All the cables used here were having an attenuation of 1 dB per kilometer, and the total distance covered, including the distance of the patch cord cable, is 2 km, and it gives a loss level of 2 decibels. Now we can consider the splicing loss. There were two fusion splices, each having an attenuation of 0.2 dB, and there was also a mechanical splice having 0.3 dB, and the total splicing loss is 0.7 dB. If there were more components, we have to write all these components one by one and have to calculate each losses separately. Now we are going to calculate the altogether effect of these losses, and the total loss was found to be 3.7 decibels. Now we'll go for the power margin. The transmitter power launched into the fiber or P in was -10 dBm. The power at the receiving end can be calculated as P in minus total loss, that is equal to -13.7 dBm. Now we'll mark the receiver sensitivity as -20 dBm, and our requirement is to get the power margin. From these values, we can obtain the power margin. That is calculated as the difference between P out and PRS, and here it is obtained as 6.3 decibels. We can do this in calculation method, or we can even directly obtain it from the graph. And before installing a link, we must assure one thing: the output power should be greater than or equal to receiver sensitivity. Thank you for watching.